Welcome to the 18th episode of the Alter Bridge universe, where I'm reviewing every full-length album recorded by a member of Alter Bridge. Today we're looking at Cauterize by Tremonti, so let's get started. Cauterize is Tremonti's second solo album, and one of only a handful of records in this series clocking in at under 45 minutes long. Though, don't let the relatively short length of this album fool you. What Cauterize lacks in quantity, it more than makes up for in quality. This album is composed of 10 earth-shattering tracks that leave no space for distraction or boredom. Literally from the moment it starts, the record is balls to the wall power. The first track, Radical Change, is inspired by up-tempo thrash, and its successor, Flying Monkeys, is a sludgy metal track that shows off Mark's low tunings and rich baritone voice. Following that is the album's title track, Cauterize, which I have expressed some disinterest in the past, but I still think it's pretty damn good. The opening riff, much like Radical Change, practically knocks you off your feet and shoves sextuplets down your throat. A few years ago, I actually transcribed the entire song for fun, and it gave me a new level of appreciation for Mark's songwriting talent. He's so much more than just a killer guitarist or singer. He's got the ability to tie all of his skills together to build off one another. In every song he writes, he connects unique ideas and elements together to make something greater than the sum of its parts. For example, the outro of Cauterize. Who would have thought that a melancholy duet between Mark's clean picking and Wolfgang Van Halen's tasty bass riffs would work so well in a heavy thrash song? And yet, the way Mark strings each part into the next makes perfect sense, and it keeps his music sounding fresh and exciting no matter how many times you listen to it. Now, let's jump ahead a couple spots to some of my favorite songs from this record, starting with the leading single, Another Heart. Like I said in my video about the 6 best Tremonti songs for new fans to listen to, Another Heart is a quintessential Tremonti track. It touches on everything great this band has to offer. Multiple great guitar riffs, a fantastic vocal performance, top-notch rhythm section, and a brutal breakdown that leads into one of Mark's coolest solos. This song is basically the poster child for Mark Tremonti. But funny enough, it's not even my favorite song from this record. That distinction goes to the 8th track, Tie the Noose. If you want a description of my opinion of this song, basically take everything I just said about the last song and crank it up to 11. I freaking love this song, and it's one of my all-time favorites. The chorus is so energetic and gritty, and the melody is one of those ones that just hits all the right buttons for me. The guitar solo is great. I do wish it was a little longer though. The song is only 3 minutes and 30 seconds, so I feel there was room for a little bit more development if that's what the band had wanted. Finally, this record's last hurrah keeps up the unrelenting pace with Sympathy and Providence, 2 epic tracks with completely different tones. Interestingly enough, Providence was intended to be the original name for this record, but Mark changed it in the 11th hour due to being the only member of the band in favor of the name. Personally, I think Cauterize is a fine name, but I actually agree with Mark that Providence would have been cooler. However, it makes sense that he changed it due to Providence's potential religious context, and he had to deal with a lot of controversies in Creed when it comes to religion. When you've put up with that drama once before, it's perfectly justifiable to try and avoid it happening again. Regardless, Providence is a great ending to a great record, allowing it to stick the landing and finish strong. Cauterize is yet another top-tier installment in Mark's discography, and though I don't think it's quite as perfect as his debut record, it's still got an unbelievable amount of quality and is always worthy of praise and attention. For a final score, I'm giving Cauterize by Tremonti 9.3 out of 10. What's your favorite song from Cauterize? Let me know down in the comments. Tomorrow's album is a little different than the ones we've been looking at so far. It's Brian Marshall's first and only official side project, Worlds Unknown by Walking with Giants. This album is super obscure and not well known, so make sure to come back tomorrow to watch my review. In the meantime, if you want to watch other episodes of the Alter Bridge universe, go watch this playlist next. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you tomorrow.